joining me for day 8. Okay, let me just get this in place. Perfect. Just gonna open up the live here so I can see what people are saying. Perfect. All right, any suggestions would be greatly appreciated. But I will just start drawing in a minute if I do not receive any. Something skull related. Don't worry. Got a nice piece of eraser here. Been saving it. Oh yeah, and then this one. Probably. Okay. Thursday. This is always so hard. It's funny. Every single day, I know that I'm going to be drawing something, but I sit down and I look at the page, and any ideas that I had just kind of fall away. I have an idea. No, I don't. This is this is always the hardest part, just deciding on what to do, on what to start with. I guess we can just start with a skull. It's always a good place to start. For some reason with skulls, I always just kind of start with the dome. I know that a lot of people will draw like a circle, then divide it like with an X on the face or whatever, like how they teach you in, I don't know, I think that's the proper way to do it, but I don't know. I just kind of wing it every time. I always start right around here, the eyes kind of near where the nose is. It gives me a good idea of how the rest of everything else is going to be facing. Draw a skeleton smoking on a sunset, but I don't know how it's possible with only black pen. Oh, yeah, we could try something like that. That sounds pretty good. Always like to draw skeletons smoking, that's always good. When sketching with pencil, it's always good to sketch really lightly. I always forget that and start sketching really, really heavy. And then when it comes to erasing, I have a much harder time than I would have if I had just remembered my own advice to sketch lightly. I often have this problem where I feel that the jaw is disproportionate to the rest of the skull. But again, that doesn't really matter because I don't think that other people are really looking at it like that. I think the most important thing is just to have the eyes somewhere in the middle of whatever the head is. Not at the top, but somewhere in the middle. Hello there. High five, mate. Thank you for joining. I love these little fissures, or I'm not sure what the proper term for them is, the little lines in the skull. I think they add a lot of good detail when you're drawing the skull, so that it doesn't just end up looking like a smooth ball. Here we go with that smooth, plain ASMR. Hello, Seth. What are we drawing today? So far, just the skull. Still trying to figure out what the rest of his body is going to be doing, but I'm thinking that he kind of probably going to be smoking something, and probably going to be wearing a cool jacket of sorts. He could be doing the classic, just shrugging. This pose is great because you can put pretty much any caption and it works. He is smoking Kushagram products. He could be a real cool cyborg skeleton thing. Yeah, he could. I'm not very good at drawing robots, cyborg, cool steampunk or cyberpunk things. I definitely could try. No guarantees. I have zero confidence in that department. I like drawing Warhammer 40k style kind of stuff because it's kind of big and chunky and bulky, but like fine, intricate kind of, or mecha like Gundams and stuff. I can't draw that. I really admire that style. I think it's awesome to be able to picture something three-dimensional in your head that looks like it would work if it was built, but doesn't really exist. I don't know, I think that's great. Okay, let's see. Yeah, just a cool guy. He's saying that he's just a cool guy. Pretty much, yeah. That's this pose. Like, hey, hey. He's a classic New Yorker. Hey, I'm walking here. I'm walking here. Forget about it. I'm walking here. You know how they say in New York. I like drawing the bony hands a lot thicker than they're supposed to be, because skeleton hands in all reality are very thin. I'll bring my friend over here and give you a demonstration. Let's see. So, as you can see,
only really cool dynamic bones I feel like are these ones right here. But like these little fingertips, if you're gonna draw skeleton hands completely accurately, I mean, let's take a close look at how gross these little finger bones are. You know, I don't think anybody ever draws that. It just, I don't know. It's weird. Okay.
Hey, I'm stalking here. So it looks like I'm drawing some sort of fuzzy kind of thing. His arms look kind of different lengths. That's fine. Like I was always saying, a lot of the things that you see is just, I mean, that your brain perceives in a drawing is just implied. Like we don't actually have to draw through all of this to make sure it makes sense. We just have to imply that it makes sense. Because of the implication. Okay. Don't really know how to draw fuzzy collars too well. I don't know where that was coming from, but we can alter that slightly. There we go. Something with big lapels. That's always fun. Whoever heard of something with lapels and then short sleeves though? That doesn't work. We'll have to fix that. Give him a jacket, some sleeves here. Look at this. He's been accused of a crime and he's denying it. Gotta really poof out them sleeves. Didn't get this one quite high enough. This is like one of them big 90s jackets that you'd see on Friends. It seems my small eraser has disappeared. Time to move on to this one. Oh, thank you. The the jackets that I really like to kind of when I think of drawing jackets are the kind of coats that you see, yeah, like in '90s movies or um, I don't know, just like in your local thrift store, big puffy kind of oversized jackets with the like the elasticy sleeves and elastic on the bottom down here. Big old pockets usually. Oh, my small eraser has reappeared. Okay. Now let's see what we got to come up with something under his. Let's see, he's got his shirt tucked in. He's got a nice belt. Nice belt buckle. And it says number 1 dad. Why does it say that? Because that would be a sick belt buckle. Even if you're not a dad. Like one of my favorite shirts that I have is it says retirement is a full-time job. I'm not retired, but I think it's very funny. Gotta add some nice pins, of course. Something about this collar I don't like. Maybe some spikes. Okay, see what we have here? There is a definite problem in the shoulders. This doesn't look right. So just gotta spread them out a bit. See, again with the pressing hard. When I get frustrated, I tend to press harder. He's got these weird things on his shoulders. Why not? Okay. Okay, just finishing up the hands here. Gotta add a thumb. Perfect. Now for the caption. Do I have some advice on the folds? Oh yeah, I definitely have advice on how to teach yourself how to draw fabric. You gotta look at references. Like, this might look good to somebody, but to me this looks abysmal because I mean I can picture in my head what fabric is supposed to look like. It's not supposed to look like this. This is just like an approximation of what my brain is attempting to present as fabric. I think the best way to do it is, say you want to learn how to draw a leather jacket, put it on or put it on a friend, take a picture of them in the pose that you want to learn how to draw with the correct lighting so you can get the good different like tones in the folds, and then just draw that photo. Because honestly, I think that's the best way to just keep practicing using photo references until your brain kind of locks in what things are supposed to look like, and yeah, then you'll just be able to draw it without a reference. Okay, there we go. This thumb looks real wonky, but that's okay. Time to ink this thing. Hello, Lehman. Thank you for joining. Let's see. All right. Oh no, before I start inking, I gotta do something about this smoke. Whenever I draw the smoke, I end up hating it. I don't know. I think there's definitely cool ways to draw smoke, and then there's the way that I do it, which is different every freaking time. I don't know why I can't just decide on a method. I don't know, something like that. No, it's fine, whatever. We'll just go with it. What up? Anybody have an idea for a good caption? Let me think real quick. Let's see. Well, I'm reading. Nope, no good ideas. Sorry, not. I thought I had some good stuff written down. Maybe there's something funny. Yeah, I'm just looking through here to see if I can find anything. Oh, $1 million idea number 234. Birthday flags that look like pizza slices. Okay, well, the title is in, or the phrase is in progress. Can't think of anything at the moment, so we'll just start inking. Today I'm going to be inking a little bit more carefully, but a little bit more reserved, in that I'm just doing a very kind of, just very light outline, and not connecting a lot of the lines. I'm going to leave that for when I'm filling in more ink later. As opposed to what I was doing yesterday, where I was just going very fast, kind of sloppy. I'm being a little bit more methodical today. Have I ever thought about teaching on Udemy for money? Скажи что-нибудь на русском. Okay. Have you ever thought? I don't know what Udemy is, and also I don't think that I'm qualified to teach anything, to be honest, because a lot of my knowledge in the creative arts is self-taught, um, or just picked up from observation. I like, for example, if I am doing some sort of technique that is an established technique that I don't know about, I won't be able to give you the name of what I'm doing or what it's called. I can just explain to you what I'm doing and say you can try it yourself. But yeah, I don't know if I'm qualified to be a teacher. Yes, it needs a caption. Yeah, I was hoping that making videos on YouTube will be kind of like tutorials slash just informational videos that I will put out. Um, but the content will be me just working through certain projects and explaining how I'm doing what I'm doing with, what materials, just like a step by step to give people an idea if of how things work, just in case they want to try things themselves. But by no means is it official, like, I don't know, uh, no official terminology or any kind of stuff like that. I mean, of course, I will be learning things while I look them up to hopefully, know. I don't want to mislead anyone by presenting incorrect, terminology or whatever. But yeah, I think you get the idea of what I'm trying to do. Just make videos about the process of how I make things, which will in turn help other people make their own things. Okay, getting to the nice puffy jacket. A lot of the clothes that I draw on skeletons is based on things that I have owned or things that I would like to own or things that I currently do own but just don't wear because it's too hot to wear. I have a lot of big heavy coats that I've scoured thrift stores all over the globe and then filled a closet with big heavy coats. Also, let's talk about the bones again in the hand. These bones in here, Mr. Visual Aid.
Yeah. These bones here, they have a very specific pattern, as you can see. All have a very specific shape. But again, this is one of those things that I just haven't bothered to memorize. I just know that there's roughly look, it looks like there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 bones. I draw like 6 to 8 randomly shaped kind of things. And there you go.
Nope. Trying to make the fingertips a little bit bigger. All right. Yeah, this sleeve is really quite large. Okay, drawing the lapels. A thing that I find funny about leather jackets is that I often don't draw the zipper, which generally you don't really notice it, I guess. But yeah, just because once you draw the jacket, you drawing the zipper, you kind of look at it and you're like, it doesn't quite look right. I'll just leave it off. The little pins on the jackets, again, I like to put little hidden things, or if I can't think of anything clever, I'll just write some kind of number, because when people see numbers, they're like, oh, there's probably some meaning behind them numbers. So I'll put like a mysterious 3 right here, and a super spooky 2 up here. Super mysterious. What could they mean? Ooh. Pockets. Alright. Belt buckle that I wish I owned. If anybody finds one of these, let me see it. Number one grandpa also works, but number one dad, it's just, you can read it from really far away. I feel like granddad would be real small. Number one dad. Perfect. Looks like the real thing. Now, just kind of the folds coming from his armpits, because he put this shirt or this jacket on far too hastily. Too many wrinkles under there. Okay. Continuing on to this hand. Sorry, I'm just really concentrating. Looks so cool, thank you. I'm glad you like it. Alright, time to draw that wonky thumb. Perfection! Look at this. Moving swiftly along at the speed of light. That looks like we pretty much nailed the outline. Time to finish it. Oh, also, I'll be posting a video after this, an instructional tutorial video of how to draw a finger bang. That is correct. A finger bang. It is a reference to, it is a South Park reference, so Rob will be happy for that one. I guess you could also call it a handgun. Finger bang, handgun, same thing. Okay, lots of erasing. Let's get my fancy brush. Ooh, isn't that satisfying seeing all those shavings go away? Get out of here. And then swept into this little pile. Oh, how satisfying. Hello, the Dusk One. Alright, let's get to it with this awesome brush pen. I like having some ash falling off of the cigarette. And then for that tan part, I kind of just like add some random little dots in there and it just makes it look darker. Trying to be careful here and maintain these thin lines. It's kind of really easy to make a thick line with this pen. Just the sheer weight of the pen pushing down can make the line thick. Yeah, you have to just control it, which is not easy for me. I tend to, like I was saying, I tend to press too hard out of frustration or just, speeding up. Oh, hello, Cleve. Thank you for watching. Gotta get the ink in there. Oh yeah. And don't worry, I will be doing different mediums. I really like drawing with ink. It's what I'm most used to. It's what I've spent the last 4 years doing. So yeah, there's definitely going to be a lot of ink drawing, but I hope to showcase other things as well. I like it when skulls have some space between their teeth because it makes the teeth look more jank. Like the thin little teeth, I think that's kind of funny. Alright. Skull mostly done. Oh, 14. Wait, let me. Oh my god. Oh, I don't know if I can handle this fame. It's going to my head, guys. I'm about to go. I don't know. Buy a gold-plated hot dog. Actually, I was thinking of trying to draw a chrome hot dog with 3 primary colors, just to see if I could do it. But honestly, thank you everyone for watching, and thank you for tuning in today and every other day. I honestly get a little nervous now, knowing that I have this many people watching live. What if I say something on the live stream? Oh no. Hopefully I won't say anything too offensive. This painting is bad. This drawing is bad. I don't know how many of you out there watch The Office, but it's one of the better shows I've ever seen. I didn't really like it at first, and then my fiance would just watch it, and I eventually realized that it's one of the best shows. You can watch it over and over, and it's just so goddamn funny. I think it's because I feel like I can relate to a lot of the different aspects of each character, not just one character. I can relate to a lot of them. Alright, now we're back on the sleeves. Yeah, this is where I should be adding a bit more shadows. That's what these brush pens are really fun for. You just really slop on the ink. Into the pocket. Doesn't look like there's anything in his pocket. All this smaller stuff we just black out. I find these kind of like this thin line in here of white, it kind of, your eye gets drawn to it, and I'm always kind of hesitant to leave that kind of stuff because I feel like, oh no, are people just going to focus on this right here? And then I end up adding other details around it out of like paranoia. And a lot of the times that's when I end up adding too many details, is when I overthink certain things. Instead of just drawing it and getting it over with, I just kind of overanalyze things as I'm drawing them, which I don't recommend. I think somebody in the next studio over is getting their chakras realigned. This happens almost daily now. Ooh, some Beetlejuice? That would be cool. Good old Michael Keaton. Yeah, Beetlejuice is awesome. The only things I've drawn from Beetlejuice are the girl character with the camera who says my life is a dark room or something like that. I forget her name. Alright. As you'll notice, I'm making very thick outlines. That just started happening because, again, just pressing too hard. So now I'm going to have to go back around and give the whole thing a more uniform look, because it looks really weird if you have a thick line here and then a nice thin one up here. It just doesn't balance well. So I started inking this in a way that I've made it difficult for myself since I'm right-handed. What I should have done is started inking everything from over here and worked smoothly this way. But what I did was I went this way, and now that I have to work over here, the ink that's drying will be where I'm hovering my hand. So I just have to be very careful. And hopefully I won't really smear anything, who knows. And if I do smudge something, then I just have to incorporate it so that nobody notices. Okay, let's see what. To avoid smearing, you can always just put a piece of paper down to rest your hand on. Yeah, that makes it a lot easier. And also, my hand kind of shakes in certain different positions. And like if I'm doing this or if I'm just holding it like this, you can see that there's a few places where my hands was quite shaky. Just fill in the sleeves. I'm gonna go back and fill in some smaller details in a bit. Okay, moving the paper. It's funny, drawing this right now for the 10 people watching is more engaging and it feels more real than the last 4 years of like engagement on Instagram. And don't get me wrong, there was plenty of good things to be had, but what I'm saying is that knowing that there are 10 or now 11 actual living, breathing people watching and listening to exactly what I'm doing, that affects me in a different way than just seeing a few thousand likes on a post. You know, it's much more personal, and I'm very grateful for that. So thank you. Adding a little bit of details now. I haven't really looked into Twitch besides the fact of seeing that other people are on it. The reason for the YouTube lives versus Twitch is I feel like the more engagement I give to the actual platform of YouTube, I feel like hopefully algorithmically I may be rewarded for that in a sense. And also after these videos are published, whatever view time I accrued during the stream, I don't get any of those hours, but after it's published, anybody who watches these videos afterwards, I get that view time. And I'm not sure logistically how it would work filming on Twitch and then transferring that video over to YouTube, because even a stream like this, 53 minutes, in the quality that it's recording, is a few gigabytes of information. So regardless, just keeping that in mind, the transfer of data from one platform to the other, I just feel like it's easier just to start here, keep it here, and use less platforms. Twitch, I might explore Twitch later. I don't know how thin I want to spread myself at the moment, because I'm working on a huge piece here in the studio and I'm doing these lives every day. I don't necessarily know if I want to put another platform in the mix. And again, I know nothing about Twitch. I know nothing about how the algorithms work over there. And the majority of my free time here at the studio, I'm spending listening to people talk about their opinions of what is happening with the YouTube algorithm and how things work. Just basically educating myself to the best of my abilities on how I can utilize this platform more effectively. I hope that answered your question. Next time, draw a bunch of buns and skull on top of them with the title "I'm okay" or something. That's hilarious that you should mention that because I swear I've done that. I have in a sketchbook somewhere a pile of bones. I don't know if the caption is "I'm okay," but yeah, God, I wish I had that. It's somewhere in the pile over there. I'm slowly deleting my work off of Instagram just because I do actually want to migrate away from that platform because I do believe that it's a harmful platform, and the more I learn about it, the more this gets ingrained. Yeah, I don't really want my work being on there. I do appreciate using it as a way to notify people about what updates are coming or different things going on. But as a place to share and display work, I don't think I don't think it's good. Adding these little lines here, you'll notice on leather jackets like on the edge of the lapels they have this kind of stitch that gives the edge kind of this little bit of a bulk to it. It's generally not very visibly perceptible, but you know it's there, and when it's drawn, your eyes will be like, oh yeah, I know what that is implying, kind of thing. So even elements that aren't necessarily visual, kind of always in your face or in your eyes in real life, when you add them to your cartoon characters, you'll definitely recognize them. Like for example, like exaggerating buttons on clothing on cartoon characters. Because if you draw like a small button, yeah, you understand what it is. But even a large button, you see the symbol and you automatically understand. So yeah, that's the little trim here. This fabric on the sleeves is generally the same fabric as here, so we'll just do some lines. Okay. All right. Now, as you can see, there's little marks that I like to put on the skull. We can do that for the hands here as well. Just give them a bit more character. And also, when you put the little scuff marks on the bones, when the image is black and white, it helps you associate what is bones and what is not. The little scuffs kind of, it's just easier to identify, I guess. Like the jacket and the fabric, they'll have these longer, swooping kind of lines. And then the hands will have these little dashes. Add some more shadows down here. Because the pockets would cast a shadow, they're kind of hanging over, even though they're empty. Oh, thank you for saying that. I'm just glad I'm still up here making content too. At the end of the day, my goal in life is to just do whatever the hell I want, essentially, but to make content or art or whatever art is going to be called in the future that is a entertaining but also b somehow helpful in a way. If I can make things that are entertaining and helpful, that would be great for me. And yes, inevitably certain things will be offensive probably, but just keep in mind it's all because it's supposed to be funny. T-shirt's got this kind of little stuff on the collar, the little elasticy texture. Okay, number one dad, let's shade that in. Almost forgot the gosh darn belt buckle. I just thought of an even better belt buckle. Number two dad. People would see that and be like, oh, this guy's a loser. That would be really funny. Number 420 dad. All right, number one dad. All right, now for the caption. This is going to be something that I came up with a few days ago. When everyone believes in you except you. That's, I think that's a problem that a lot of creative people, or maybe everybody, just suffers with, is confidence. Sometimes you have it, sometimes you don't, and a lot of what you do in life depends very heavily upon how much confidence you have at any given moment. So everything could be going completely right for you in life. Everything could be totally perfect. Everybody's cheering you on and everybody believes in you, but the only person who doesn't is you. And I just want to say to everybody today to believe in yourselves and, be kind to one another. Because if you do those things, something as simple as that, just being kind and just believing in yourself, but not getting in anyone's way with, just, I think just be nice to people and everything will be better. And as a guy who suffers from lack of confidence on a daily basis, I can tell you that with with time, it doesn't really get easier. What makes it easier is you guys. What makes it easier is that I know that people are watching, that people are commenting, that they say that they like what I do. That the human interaction at the end of the day is what makes everything worth it. I mean, this is how I met the girl that I'm going to marry, is through my art. So I can't be more grateful to anything else in the world than that. So yeah, follow your dreams, believe in yourself, don't get discouraged, and if you do need a pep talk, hit me up, ask me a question. I will try to help you out. I will try to be that person who can give you some guidance or some advice. So, everybody, thank you for joining me on part 8. I really appreciate it. And I will see you tomorrow for part 9. Bye.